finally my turn in Prehistoric Wildlands, and today I'm going to build a TARBOSAURUS arena with a couple planters and a guest area. Hello everybody, this is PrehistoricPC. Welcome to another Prehistoric PC video. Today, not in G2, or Jurassic Revolution 2, whichever one you want to call it, but in Prehistoric Wildlands. And today, we have, it's my turn, but now it's time for the reaction with Jurassic's Dinochirus Swamp, which looks amazing. It really makes me feel like I'm in a swamp. He also added this amazing Brachiosaurus feeding area, which I thought was pretty cool. I never would have thought to add it. And he added a bathroom, which is really good to give it the feel of an actual park. Now for my reaction to Jurassic Canyon King's part, which was this Brachiosaurus hotel, a lodge, and the amount of detail in this is insane. He added viewing little tables and chairs right here, and he added plates. He added plates, utensils, refrigerators, sinks. He added it all. He even added a bedroom. This is supposed to be what it looks like, and I would love to stay here. He also added a restaurant somewhere around here, right here, and it looks pretty good. It's all guarded by a mountain. Then he also added this place where water can come out of, which I thought was amazing. And now let's get into our speed build. Okay, so I started with filling in the path to my Lealanasaurus terrarium, which I am proud I could say the name correctly, but either way, let's get on with the build. Started filling in the pathway to connect the Lealanasaurus terrarium, did it again, with the rest of the park, which was Jurassic's Ceratops, Dinochirus exhibit, and Jurassic Canyon King's Brachiosaurus Hotel Lodge, and Dilophosaurus enclosure. I'm not sure what he called it in his video, but either way, it was amazing builds, and you should check it out. I'm gonna line the railing along the river I created in my last video, which is again the Lealanasaurus terrarium, which I thought was pretty good. I decorated it pretty well with rocks and plants and mangroves. I was going for a wetland looking river, and I thought I did pretty good with the rocks and the plants and the mangroves, as I just said. Either way, almost done with the railing, and I tried to finish it up as best as I could and try to get it as far along the path as I could, and I thought I did a pretty good job. Gonna line that path, which I decided to, it's the floor for there, and I had trouble connecting it to the rest of the path because there was a slight terrain difference, which if you know Prehistoric Kingdom, makes the hardest difference to build in. So I had to end up deleting the path and creating everything else. And I thought it turned out pretty well, along with just making the terrain difference. But the terrain difference was probably the hardest part of this build. And I tried to create a little corner, and I had to find a way to lower the terrain, which proved to be pretty hard. But it's fine, and I just connected the rest of the path. And again, I just flattened everything else. Now I'm just going to continue along with this path, whichever one you can do, but it's a path. It's not the modular path we have. We're using our plaster floors because guests can still walk on it, unlike stuff from Jurassic Revolution 2 where guests need path to walk. And I just find that you can make custom floors with this, and I think that's a really good thing, especially because you can do it in Planet Zoo too. I think Prehistoric Kingdom took a lot of inspiration from Planet Zoo, even though they're not the same developers. You can definitely see a lot of stuff. Now I'm going to start making the custom tables and chairs with the those are Planet Zoo. So the conservation pack, if you guys don't play Planet Zoo, was a DLC content pack where there are these wood panels, and they came with the conservation pack, which I thought was the best pack out of all of them. Not with the animals, but with the construction pieces and the styles. Either way, now I'm going to go with the wood panel slats, and I'm going to make the chairs, which I thought was not a stool, but a chair. So there's going to be a back of the chair, and then there's going to be the part of the chair that you sit on. I'm not a person who specializes in chairs, so I don't really know the parts of them, but either way, I just continued on, and I put this little metal panel behind it so it wouldn't just fall apart. I'm turning it around just, to put it out and put it in just random positions. And now I'm gonna put the tables just in random places so people can sit around. Now I'm gonna continue along with the kiosks. And I decided to go with the custom kiosk and not the prefabs. And I tried to base it off one of the prefabs I found with that stone wall. And gonna continue along with a wood panel and a counter so people can serve it there. And I try to hide that wall. And I had to change the color so it wasn't just red on red or red on white, because it doesn't look that good, does it? And now I'm gonna put the conservation slat roof. And I put up a roof. And now I'm just gonna position it over there. And I'm gonna put a little cove, that's what I'd say, a cove there. And it's just so you can sit around, there's gonna be a little bar there, not serving any alcoholic drinks, of course. This is a kid-friendly zoo filled with dinosaurs that can kill you, but just gonna continue along with the build. And I decided to put an outline, or what's it called? I'm getting off track. Gonna put chairs so you can eat at the counter there if maybe you're too tired to walk. And now I started along with the build, which I had an idea for a panda yin yang type thing, where it was a Tarbosaurus arena, and I tried to create a circular habitat, and I'm using the circle trick, where you can just create a circle of anything. It turned out pretty good, but I just wanted to create this glass railing, and I had it on 5. I don't know why I did that. Either way, let's get on. I tried to create an outline with the railing, and I just created I don't know what I had the word for it. I don't know what it's called anymore. It's an outline. That's what I'm going to be calling it. And I'm just starting to use the circular trick. A problem I have with that is you have to align it perfectly, but also you have to make sure it doesn't just fall apart. And it's the railing. So the problem I had with the railing, if you saw it, it was going too far, and I can't talk today, I'm sorry, but either way, it was going too far and it wasn't going as well as it should have. And then I'm just gonna start with the railing for the planters. I'm just gonna stop talking about it. You know what I mean, right? Either way, I'm just gonna go with the pathway and just gonna trying to align it as perfect as I can, and it turned out pretty well. Now I'm gonna start with the other parts of the planters actually. And I decided to create a little cove, and I was playing around with the different formats of wood or stone or whatever for the planters. And now I'm just going to start with some glass, and I'm just going to start with the flooring. Now I just had to align it with the grid. And gonna align the wall with everything, and I'm going to create a little cove for the tables and chairs if people want to sit and just enjoy nature, or what we could recreate of nature. And now I'm just gonna create the glass roof and the glass area for the walls, and yeah, I just can continue along with it, and making a glass little side so people can look into it. I don't know why I decided to put that, but just for detail. And then I just had to shorten that little area. I can't wait to see what Jurassic King does to continue it, but I bet you it's going to be cool, like all his cool builds are. And subscribe to him so you can see the next stuff. I haven't seen it personally, but I think it's going to be pretty cool. I've said cool too much. Let's replace cool with another word. Burritos. I think Jurassic King is going to be pretty burrito. And I decided to go with the burrito aspect of, I'm just going to, let's just say burritos too much. Let's just say cool, okay? Either way, I tried to make a Tarbosaurus stadium down here so people could look at this. The Tarbosaurus just chilling and just doing nothing. But I decided not to go with that look because it was getting too complicated. And just aligning it, because I couldn't get the terrain to equipped correctly, because the path, even if you have disrespect structures on, it doesn't work, which is sad. And because I really would have liked that, and maybe the path, I don't know what's wrong with the path, but yeah. And now we're just gonna continue along with, I'm just gonna make that part smaller so people can, so there's gonna be a glass panel people can just look into. And now I'm just gonna align it, and then there's gonna be glass on the rest so people can see a Tarbosaurus bed or shelter. Yeah, either way, gonna continue along with that glass area and just, aligning it. I decided to create multiple layers because it doesn't look, yeah. Either way, just gonna continue along with the bedding, and I decided to create a little gate made out of mesh so people could just go in, and yeah, I'm just gonna continue along. And gonna create a little gate for that, a mesh gate, so people can just slide it out. I don't know how it's gonna work, but that's how it works. Just don't you just have to believe, okay? Use your imagination. Either way, continue along with the multiple layers of glass so people don't just fall through and die. And I decided to put a little knob for the gate, and I was playing around with different experiments, and I decided to go with a little pull lever. And yeah, I'm gonna put a little knob there too, which I had trouble deciding to which one I was gonna do. I decided to go with the pull lever, and I'm just gonna start with some lights. There. Sorry if my commentary isn't as good on this. Long videos are making me less smart. Either way, just gonna continue along with the lights. And I decided to create lights along that area. And the game kept crashing, which was a problem, and I couldn't figure out what happened. But yeah, either way. And there's also that one thing where it got really annoying, where everything just slightly off the straight line, and it makes me angry to see that, because everything, it's going perfectly, but then you can't get the straight line correctly. That's the thing. Prehistoric Kingdoms grids are weird. Now I'm just going to continue on with the other side. And I think I skipped that cove area. And now I'm just going to continue along with the yellow lights. I accidentally made the light post itself golden, and I didn't like how that looked, so I just decided to look with white. And that turned out today, so I just fixed it off camera because the game kept crashing. I'm gonna continue along with the circle, and I just tried to make a circle again, and it turned out pretty well. This turned out to be less as good for what I had for the plan. Sometimes plans don't work out and you have to improvise. And I had to make it, a closed circle. People don't fall. And now I'm just gonna grab the railing and I'm gonna circle it down. And remove the glass for what reason, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I was just gonna do so either way, this was supposed to be for the railing, and that was just gonna be so you could walk over, and it's supposed to be a railing so you could look in without falling in. The inner railing is what I guess I'd call it, and I had trouble positioning it, and yeah. Either way, just gonna continue along with this. And I'm gonna continue. And yeah. Gonna continue along with that inner railing, and I'm gonna patch that area up. So it's just gonna be a little stadium area. Yeah. Gonna level up the terrain because I didn't really like how it looked. And that planter turned out to be really good, and I had to find a way to, yeah, I had to put the shelter there. The Tarbosaurus, as far as I know, don't really go into the shelter, which was really annoying, but, you know, we have to deal with it, I guess. I think Jurassic King, if you watch this, feel free to just put down the Tarbosaurus terrain so it's just a stadium, so people can walk in. I don't know if they can fit in the gate, actually, now that I think about it. By the way, just going to continue along the rock work, filling up those gaps, so they look nicer, and trying to create it asymmetrical so it looks natural. And going to continue along the rocks area, so it doesn't look that bad. And now I fill that in. Gonna put in some water so I can put rock work, and it's supposed to be a little dead area, but yeah. And gonna put some rock work, and gonna put some dead trees. And now I'm just gonna put some logs, like sunken logs in there. And, you know, some fallen logs, maybe some trees. It's not, I don't know. I'm gonna put some waterfalls. And I decided to put some fires, but nah, didn't decide not to. And now I'm just gonna do some terrain paint with the rock and sand and planters and foliage. And then I decided to go for some individual planters. And I actually noticed the roots inside there. They actually put roots on the trees, which I thought was pretty cool. Gonna put up some flowers and just grass. Now I'm just gonna use the foliage brushes. Now I'm just gonna continue on finishing up the planters. Jurassic King, feel free to add to the planters or just add to the walls if you need. And I just decided to put some ferns here, and then gonna put some flowers because it looks better like that. And then this is about towards the end of the build. I decided to save it so you could view it and put some more lights in case the game crashes, which turned out to be pretty good. I might put the build in the workshop either way. And this is the end of this build. I'm just gonna let it cut to the closing credits. Alright, so here we have the Tarbosaurus Stadium. It kind of looks like a Coliseum. And these seem too crowded, so I'm just going to move this one down. And I definitely edited the terrain, and it's going to look different, a little bit different in Jurassic King's build. But yeah, we have these planters, we have tables and chairs, custom tables and chairs, might I add. These look pretty cool. Oh, maybe a little bit too high if anything, but there we have it. And we have a little gate here. And we have the glass roof, so you can just see a Tarbosaurus lying down if you want, or if they even lie down. Now we have, yeah, this is going to be hard to fix, but we have these amenities, a Bronto burger, and again, some custom tables and chairs, along with the river that I made in my previous builds. And yeah, just ignore the flowing tree real quick, but it's just along the river I made in my previous builds. Connected it, and I can't wait to see what Jurassic King does to possibly this area or this area. Alright, that's it for this build. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below possible dinosaurs for the next episodes. Subscribe to Jurassic King and Jurassic Park because they're going to be next. And until next time, bye-bye.